All right, we're still going. It'll just pick up 12 seconds late. That's all. If you're joining us from YouTube, come on in. Water's just fine. I accidentally forgot to start the video on time, so forgive me. You only missed 12 seconds, just a little bit of ranting and raving, nothing crazy. I wasn't planning on talking about sports today. If you guys haven't noticed, I know I've talked about it a couple times. I'm trying to do more just random stuff. I'm going to always do the sports because obviously I'm super interested in it. I don't know, you guys like it. It's why I started all this. The shirts, whatever. I've talked about it 1,000 times, but I want to just start doing general stuff, talking about life, like general comedy. Um, but for some reason, we just keep coming back to the sports. It's a hot time, right? It's March Madness. It's Michigan. It's Michigan State. That's what the Mitten State's all about. This rivalry, people get their fucking fumes going over this rivalry. So, I got to talk about it. I get my fumes going over this rivalry. Michigan's out. Michigan's out. They blew it. Just not a good effort. One field goal made, two field goals made in the second half today against Rutgers, and they're out. They're not going to make the tournament. Now, we mentioned it a bit on yesterday's episode. I don't know how deep we'll go today on March Madness. If you want like a dedicated segment, go listen to yesterday's episode, the second half. We get into March Madness after all the Lamar stuff. That's not a good result for U of M, though. It's not. The one thing I do want to talk about today, as it relates to college basketball and like that game and U of M and the rivalry, look, I made that video on Twitter and I fucking clown the guys. Of course I clown them. You're Michigan. You should, if anything, Michigan fans, you should take this as a sign of respect. You're Michigan. You're a great basketball program. For most of my life, all of the 2010s, right? The main part of my life, Michigan was really good. Michigan was always up there. They had great teams. You just missed the tournament, dude. You missed the fucking tournament. Bro, it's not like you made it and then you lost. You're not even going. I'm going to clown on you. I'm going to clown on you. That's just the way it is. Like I said, you should take it as a sign of respect that I think of Michigan basketball at a level where going to the NIT, failing to make the NCAA tournament, that's an absolute embarrassment. You should be thankful. You should be happy. You should appreciate that a Michigan State guy such as myself holds your basketball program in such high regard. I mean, it's a pathetic season. It's a pathetic season for Michigan. Now, here's where I lose people. It's funny. I notice this every time I make I don't even want to call them divisive, but, I'm prodding fun at U of M. Anytime I make a video like that, which is like 4 times a year maybe, I don't know. It doesn't happen much. Maybe once or twice before the football game and then once before each basketball. Does not happen much. I ripped on Jim Harbaugh a little bit when he was going after the MSU guys. Doesn't happen all that much, though. Like I've said, I don't concern myself with U of M too much. I don't watch any Michigan basketball. I watched the last couple because, right, the stakes were high. They got to win, otherwise they're out. Yeah, I'll watch a couple of those. Don't watch any, I'm just not locked in to U of M. If it's on, if I'm not doing shit, sure, let's throw it on. I'm not celebrating when they lose the 9th game of the season. I'm maybe going, ha, but we're not getting on Twitter and making the video and doing the whole thing. But it's funny how instantly people just can't handle it. Like me making those videos. First thing, like I said, I don't do them often. And when I do, it's typically for a landmark moment. Like missing the tournament's bad. However you feel about me or the basketball team or the rivalry, or you kind of care or you don't, missing the tournament's bad. That is a very bad result, right? Especially for Michigan, and especially after enjoying the success that they have under John Beilein. And then, at the beginning of Juwan Howard, momentum was high. People were in on him and feeling good. It's a bad result. The fact that there are people who simply cannot handle that, they cannot handle that one video where I'm roasting, I'm making fun, is unreal, dude. There's politics in this country. The celebrities always go on and they're like, we're so divided. We got to get back together. Bro, that shit's never going to happen. I can't even make a video about Michigan missing the tournament and clowning on them, which they absolutely deserve because they missed the tournament, without people going, you know what, man, I used to like your content, but I'm out. Guys, one video. It's one video. It's so funny. I'm like, what? Dude, what are you talking about? I mean, well, you guys just missed the fucking tournament. Yeah, I made a video. You thought I wasn't going to say shit? What? You thought I was going to come out and be like, good job. It's all right. Don't worry about it. They're still great. Yeah, I made a video roasting you. And the people just can't handle it. I used to like this account. Not anymore. It's fucking unreal. And I know it's not all Michigan fans. I'm sure it's just the minority. But it's funny on days specifically. If I make a video like that where I'm just, Michigan fans aren't going to like it, right? Even though I don't intend it. I mean, that one, yeah, I'm ruffling feathers. There's no doubt about it. That video, the NIT, I'm poking fun at you, plain and simple. But a lot of the time, I make videos about Michigan, even if I have a negative quote-unquote opinion. I'm not even doing it to ruffle feathers. I'm just saying what I believe. And again, not intentionally trying to ruffle feathers. I can see the fall. Like, I'll just see, oh, I lost a couple followers today. It's so fucking funny, dude. And fortunately, the state people, they come and even it out. But I kind of want both. I know I don't live tweet during Michigan games, but I kind of like, that's what is fun about what I do, is I like finding the Michigan fans, and there's a handful at least that I'll interact with regularly, and it's like, oh, this guy, he gets it. He'll make fun of me, I'll make fun of him, and then we're like, okay, that's over with. Let's go on to other stuff. A little old-fashioned here. For the boy. Channeling minor. That thing's stiff, brother. That thing is stiff. Channeling my inner Joe Rogan experience. Bro, my nose is congested. Do you hear that? Do you hear that shit? Fuck, man. I've been taking pills. Oregano, echinacea, and aspirin, like my mom tells me to. She likes the natural stuff. I do too. It's not worth a damn. Usually, I swear to God, usually it works. Not this time. Not in California. Different oregano out here, I guess. I don't know what it is, but Jesus Christ. My nose is clogged. Getting good sleep. I'm drinking plenty of water. I'm eating, come on, nose. Come along with me here. Let's get back to breathing. You remember that? You remember when you could go to bed and just peacefully, without hearing a noise, without hearing static rubbing together in your nostril? Come on, buddy. Come on, nose. I know you're there. Come on. Join with me. Septum, whatever it is. A little tangent there, and I'm sorry about it. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny seeing how quickly people are like, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, dude, relax. It's one video. And it's funny because here's the thing. The people who get angry with me aren't normal people. The people who get angry with me, the rivalry talk's so funny, dude. The people who get angry with me, they come at and they go, well, you lost to that NIT. It was 7L Mel. Yeah, but who's been in the Sweet 16 more recent? They come at me with stuff where it's like, they go, congrats on making this one guy today. Dude, this one guy today responded to me and he goes, congrats. He was trying to chirp me because we were going back and forth. He goes, congrats on being in the top 68, laughing emoji. I'm like, congrats on making the tournament? Yeah. Fucking, you wish, bro. In what world are you roasting me? Congrats on missing the tournament. I'm like, you'd give up everything you have to be in the tournament. And you're trying to chirp me. It goes both ways. And here's the thing. I'm fair. I'm telling you, I have integrity. I'm an impartial observer. It goes both ways. But Michigan and Michigan State fans, like when our teams lose or some shit happens, everybody, there's always, not everybody, I shouldn't say everybody. The minority, as a matter of fact, so not even close to everybody. But always, I should have said always, there are those people that just come out with crazy fucking excuses or crazy comebacks where it's like, hey, man, we got to just take this one. You know what I mean? Like, we got to just get together. Fucking, if you got to cry, cry. Put on a hoodie, light the fire, everybody huddle up, and let's just hold each other. We got to take it, and we're going to get through it. but it's going to suck for a little bit. And it's just something that we have to do, right? That's how it should be. And I think most normal people, that's what it is. Michigan State gets their asses beat by U of M this year in football. Well, you didn't hear me saying shit. You didn't hear me running my mouth about, well, this happened. Oh, but if that would, it's, we got our asses kicked and we're going to be 5-7. Yikes. We're going to have to take it. This is one of those years where we're going to have to take it. That's how it should have been for football. But instead, you got, and it's one thing to be looking at the silver linings and keeping the positivity, because I was still saying, listen, Tuck, we'll see. Let him bring in the talent. Let's build the roster a little bit more. Like, don't jump ship. But when people are chirping you, when people are going 7-0, when people are, we just kicked their ass, you can't go, we'll wait for the recruits. You can't do one of those. Or you can't go, oh, well, Jacoby Windman was kind of banged up. You can't do one. You can't do, well, let's see about next year. Or you can't do, who's Mark D'Antonio? He had more Big Tens. And you can't do, Mel Tucker's still 2-1. Can't do that. I'm impartial. I'm fair. Michigan fans, did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? I know why you get frustrated too. I hear you loud and clear. And while I'll never take your side, you know what? I'll come over there for a quick second and I'll take a peek at our guys. And I'll evaluate. I'll take a couple notes. I'll bring it back to the top man. And we'll go over it. We'll discuss it. And we'll decide if we need to make any changes. So when that happens to Michigan State, we got to be better about that too. All fan bases. And I understand college fans are just out there. You know what I mean? There's no reason. That doesn't exist with them. Brains, that's a tall order. You understand? But we got to be better about it. You got your ass beat. Just take this one. And it's different. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different if we're both 10-win teams and it's a great game and they pull one out. They're still going to chirp you. They're still going to talk shit, bragging rights. But that's a little different than, hey, you're just bad. You don't belong. You know what when it's that, when you just don't. You don't belong here. You're not allowed in. When it's one of those, you gotta just lick the wounds. So conversely, Michigan fans, when I make the video and every State fan across the country is dancing on your grave today because you missed the tournament, just understand you need to be quiet. You gotta just wear this one. You got to cuddle up. You got to get in your foxhole with your people, right? Pull the covers up tight and tell yourself it's going to be okay. You got to wear it for a little while because it's not, you didn't just lose a nail biter to Purdue, right? This isn't the middle of the season and it's a tough one against Wisconsin. You just missed the tournament. Like, that's really bad. That's really bad. You didn't lose in the round of 64. You didn't lose in the round of 32. You didn't lose in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. There is no, like, all right, well, there is no other side where you can go, well, we won 3 games before. You're not going to make the tournament. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's really bad. When MSU, when we're 5-7 and we get run through by U of M, you're bad, dude. You got State fans. We got to just be quiet. When you're a Michigan basketball fan, and there have been people who are talking, Juwan Howard, he's already a better coach than Izzo. We're the premier basketball program in the state. John Beilein, this run, that decade, Izzo's washed, and you run your mouth, and then you're so bad. You've got Hunter Dickinson wearing ski mask and making a 3-point sign as his dick every time that they lose. When you've got that going on, and you miss the tournament, and people come and dance on your grave and tell you how much you stink, etc., you just got to wear those. You can't come back with, hey, you lost to them. You're in the NIT. You can't come back with, congrats on being a top 68 team. You're in the NIT. You can't come back with, wait till Juwan recruit. You're in the NIT. You can't say anything. You're in the NIT. You got to just be quiet and you got to wear those. It's true for both fan bases. It is. There are those games, there are these moments we have as fans cheering on your programs where you got to just shut up and take this one. So I just found it funny all day. I'm sitting there and I just thought it was comical because I know people are just pissed and they're saying shit that makes no sense. It was hilarious. But I'm just sitting there going, dude, it's crazy how people cannot help themselves but say this. Because there's in some of these cases, it's just there's a right and there's a wrong. Like it either makes sense or it doesn't. And they're coming out of the woodwork with this, that, and the other thing of, oh, why they were a young team this year or why it shouldn't have gone this way or whatever. And it's like, dude, nobody fucking cares about anything you got to say. You're in the NIT. There's nothing that you can say that makes any sense. So just take it. On those days, just wear them. I'm sorry it happened to you. And again, for the Michigan fan who's out there, and there's plenty of these too, I made the video dancing on the grave because it's hilarious that they're in the NIT. 2 first-round draft picks, a former All-American. The coach's kid just doesn't box out on free throws, but let's leave him in and let him shoot it 20 times a game. It's fucking perfect. Of course I dance on the grave, and there's people going, this is giving little brother energy, dude. You're in the fucking NIT, brother. And here's the funniest thing about it. All those people out there, you're obsessed. This is the biggest win of your season. You're in the fucking NIT, you loser. I'm going to have to rub that in one more time. And the other thing is, tomorrow morning, I'm going to forget Michigan even has a basketball program. Tomorrow morning, Michigan State plays because we're still in this tournament because we're not fucking dog water. We got a game against, who is it? Ohio State, who we just beat their ass like a week ago, maybe less. Yeah, a week ago. I'm going to forget that Michigan exists. I'm not, Juwan Howard, I'm not going to think about this guy for like 3 more weeks at the earliest. All the people out there, this is their biggest win. No, we're clowning you because you just had a remarkably bad season. We're clowning you because you guys carry yourselves like a team that wasn't going to end up in the fucking NIT. No, we're clowning you because you have fans, not all of them, just some of them, that come in and still try and talk shit when you're in the NIT. That's why we make the videos. That's why we dance on the grave. And then naturally you have to make yourself feel better. Little brother, oh my God, they're obsessed with our games. I'm not going to even Maize and Blue don't exist. Don't exist as of tomorrow. I got my own shit to worry about. So don't think you're that important. Just know your team is that fucking bad at basketball. That's all I got on March Madness. We're done. Michigan fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I didn't want this to become a personal attack. It's not intended as a personal attack. I just don't want people to take it that way. And I know this is a sensitive topic. Michigan State. People don't think normally, right? When you're making your grocery list and you're picking up the kids from school, and you're doing your job and the brain is fucking firing. That's not how it works when you talk about Michigan and Michigan State. It just isn't. So I didn't intend to cross any wires. Just speak in my heart. I'm a passionate guy. A little old-fashioned here. I bought these things. I can't remember the brand name, but you probably know them. They sell them in like little, I don't know what the bottle is. I don't know what kind of bottle it is. It's like something Jack Sparrow would drink out of, except maybe a little bit smaller, that shape. And they're just pre-made cocktails. We got the old-fashioned. I've had the margaritas. Beautiful touch for a little golf course day. They're pretty fucking good, though. I would never give them a free shout-out either, even if I could remember the brand name. But they're damn good. I don't know how to make an old-fashioned. I could look up the ingredients. I'm sure it wouldn't taste how it's supposed to. Things like $10. Get a couple glasses full. A few, maybe 4. I can't remember. Pretty damn good. Oh, yeah. All right. Take a quick break. What was the other shit I wanted to talk about? Not sports. We got nothing on the Red Wings. We got nothing on the Pistons. 15 and 51. That's fucking incredible. Not much on the Lions. We'd already talked about Lamar Jackson. We talked about them yesterday. So let's go. Let's do some other stuff. Let's talk about some random shit. Let's just spitball. I don't know what topics are going to come up. I don't know how long or short it's going to be, but we're going to spitball until your weekend gets started. How's that sound? Quick break. Just watched a clip of this guy, Mac DeMarco. I've never heard of him, but he's showing somebody music he has on his computer, and he says, "Yeah, it's just garbage." And then it's the funkiest little tune you've ever heard, isn't it? Would get you jumping from a jackrabbit to a tin of molasses. It's my Theo Vaughn impression, everybody. I got a couple things I'm interested to talk about today, or at least in this little spitballing session. Few things. One, we got this shirt coming out, guys. Well, it's out. It's not coming anywhere. Okay. It's out now. The Detroit Mascots. It's got everything. I made a green, quote unquote, and a blue version, right? The green one being we got Sparty on there. The blue version being we got some Michigan mascots or logos on there. And the rest is Detroit. It's like the bad boys. We got the Red Wings. We got a lion up in the corner. We got a tiger's fucking paws. And then a couple of symbols Detroit. Like I said, I wanted to twist the design that Amon-Ra had a little bit. I didn't want to just straight replicate it. So I decided there were 5 Red Wings mascots in the initial design. I figured that was a little much, especially considering the team's absolute shit. So I said, let's scale back on the Red Wings. Let's scale up on all the other shit that there's only one of, and we'll go from there. So instead of making it and replacing the Red Wings designs that I removed with only other sports mascots, I decided to throw in a couple symbols of the city. So we got like a Shelby Mustang on there, the Motown Records logo. One of the logos I added was the Bad Boys logo, like I mentioned. So there's a couple different twists that I threw in that's different than the original design, but it still has the same feel as the one Amon-Ra's wearing. It's still like you would recognize it as the same one, I'd imagine. It's just a little bit different. It's something that's, I don't know, my twist on it, I suppose, without changing it too much, without making it unrecognizable. But anyways, I think it's the most anticipated shirt I've ever made. I think it's the most excited people have been for a design we're releasing before it's out. I've had a couple big ones right during the football season. We had a lot of shit going on, like the Victors, the Big Ten Champs one I made for U of M fans. That one went pretty crazy. Both of the Lions ones, people were really excited for. The Pistons one I made last fall, like I think that might have been in the summertime. That may have been August or September. I put that one out with Cade and Ivy, and then the buildings behind them. That one was pretty crazy. The 20, fucking hate to say it, but the previous Michigan Big Ten Champs one, we've had some big ones. There's no doubt about it. But I've never seen anything like the amount of excitement for this design. It's going to be on sale for 2 days only. And I don't want to make this a pitch, but I'm going to tell you about it. I want to inform you about it. And if you're somebody who you're interested in the shirts, like you've gotten some before, or you like to keep a lookout to see if something catches your eye, if this one from the general mass public, if this one's got the most attention to it that I've ever seen, you may as well check it out. I'd feel bad if you didn't, because it's only going to be on sale for 2 days. Friday, March 10th, and Saturday, March 11th at midnight Eastern time. On Saturday, March 11th, it will be removed from the website because if you've seen the design, we got fucking everybody's logo on that thing. We've got fucking McDonald's somehow. They might find a way to cut. Everybody is on there. Disney might get a lawyer in my inbox. Like, it's fucking nuts, the logo. So we're going to do 48 hours. There's been plenty of lead up. A few weeks now I've been talking about this thing. I'm promoting the hell out of it. If you follow me on socials, if you listen to the pod, you've heard about it at least once. You got 48. Would hate for you to miss it. Hope you don't. But if it's something you might be interested in, check it out. There is only a limited amount of time you'll have the ability to snag one. And I haven't mentioned this yet, bearing the fucking lead. That's my bad. 50% of the proceeds will go to the Spartan Strong Fund, affecting the tragedy, or at least positively affecting the families and the victims of the tragedy that occurred at Michigan State not so long ago. So check that out. All right, enough business spiel. Enough of this. I wear suits. Enough of that fucking garbage, dude. Enough of it. Nobody wants to hear that. Let's chat some shit. Nobody wants to hear that. But I'm like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, dude. Part of me is let's talk about why some French fries are soggy, and the other part of me is like, let's fucking figure out a way to get people interested in the graphic designs you make. It's such a trade off. It's such a trade off. It's we have some days Dr. Jekyll wins, some days Mr. Hyde wins, and I'm talking about shit I didn't even know I knew existed. It's pretty great. It keeps life fun. It keeps life fresh that way. Joe Rogan. Mentioned him earlier. This dude really doesn't give a fuck. Like, he really doesn't give a fuck, does he? He just does it. All right, that sounds kind of okay, sure. I want to do it. Fine, done. That'd be kind of a cool done. It's over. Did it. This fucking guy doesn't care about anything, about anyone, about obstacle. He'll just do it. He wants it. Fuck it. Done. And you'll see where I'm going with this. Now, if there are any women listening, thank you for being here. You could just slide in my DMs instead of listening to this podcast. Well, if you enjoy it, keep listening, but you could also slide into my DMs. If there are any women listening, I'm sure plenty. This isn't going to be like a Joe Rogan, let's throw a party session here. Well, it kind of is. I mean, it kind of is, but I'm not one of those guys. I think he's pretty funny. I like his podcast. It's pretty interesting. That's pretty much it. I'm not like, look, I broke my knee at Joe Rogan. How do I fix? I don't do that really. But I think he's entertaining. I like his podcast. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. What I like more than both of those things, and what is by far the most important takeaway of this entire new tangent we've just entered, is the fact that I enjoy comedy. Is the fact that I enjoy stand-up comedy. Is the fact, based on the inclination, if you've been listening here, you've heard me talk about it. I just said it at the start of this one. I want to talk about random shit. I'm interested in comedy. A lot of this is like, yeah, we talk about sports, but I'm trying to be funny. I'm just talking about shit, but I like to try to make jokes. When I hang out with people, I like to make jokes. When I hang out with my friends, I like to make jokes. When I hang out with I like to make people laugh. It's a good time. I feel like most people would agree, which always makes me wonder how they're serial killers. Like Jeffrey Dahmer, dude. You ever make somebody laugh? What the fuck are you going around? Why are you killing him? Make him laugh. Kill him that way. Come on, buddy. What the hell how does that happen? You must have never made anybody laugh. But Ted Bundy, he was charming. Surely some women are, maybe they're just laughing to flatter him. Did he ever make a guy laugh, Ted Bundy? Because if he did, why are you going around slashing people? You don't need to do that. Get a microphone, find your nearest comedy club. Every Thursday night, be there at 10. That's all. You don't need to go kill people. Just write 5 minutes and master it and figure out where the laughs are, and that's it. I like comedy. Joe Rogan just opened up his new club in Austin, Texas called Comedy Mothership. I haven't been. It just opened this week. It looks pretty cool. From what I understand, from what I've read, it's alien themed. So that's on brand for Joe Rogan, an alien themed comedy club. From what I also understand, a lot of the people he hired to run it were or are, I'm not really sure exactly, people who ran or run the Comedy Store in Hollywood here in LA. Obviously very notable. Obviously a lot of famous people, a lot of big comics that today came out of there. Obviously, that's kind of where Joe Rogan popped off. That's where he, at least in the stand-up world, that's where he kind of exploded. It's just so sick. Like, that's great that Austin is this new comedy hub, right? There's a new club. If you're in Austin, if you have friends in Austin, they should probably go check it out. I'd imagine it's a great fucking time. But here's the thing. I don't even give a fuck about the comedy club. I don't care that, hey, comedy's spreading. I don't care that there's a new thing to do on Saturday night in Austin, Texas. I don't care. That's all great. I don't care about any of that. This guy, Joe Rogan, literally went out and bought a place, created a business so he could hang out with his buddies. Think about that. I don't care how you feel about Joe Rogan. I don't care if you think his stand-up's good or bad, his podcast is funny or not. I don't care if his politics, whatever. You have to respect this. If you have blood pumping and feeling in your toes, I guess. Joe Rogan went out and bought a place, hired a staff, remodeled the place, opened the place, created a business around the place to hang out with his friends. There's other comedy clubs in Austin. He could have moved to New York. He could have stayed in LA. There's other places. Chicago, I'm pretty sure, has a good number. There's comedy clubs other places. This guy moved to Austin, Texas, and said, it's cool that there are other spots. It's cool that they got a couple clubs. Well, yeah, I'll build a new one. Yeah, I'll have the most popular one. Yeah, I'll have the highest grossing one. Yeah, I'll have the coolest one. But I'm gonna grab a comedy club, so it's to hang out with my boys. I'm gonna just buy a separate piece of property where we have fun, where we fuck around, where we talk shit to each other, and that's it. That's this fucking guy. I probably once a week in my group chat with my buddies, I text, God, I wish we could just hang out and get paid for it. That might happen once a weekend too, where we're just sitting around like, how fucking fun would that be? This guy went out and bought a comedy club just to hang out with people, because that's all it is. That's all comedy is. That's all stand-up is. If you've ever been to a comedy club, I've never been to a green room. I've never had the fucking honor of going out and hanging out back there. But if you like comedy and you listen to the podcast and you listen to these guys talk about it, they all hang out in the green room. They're drinking, they're smoking, they're doing whatever. Mushrooms, whatever the case is, they're doing them. They come out, they do 20 minutes, they make a bunch of strangers fucking laugh hysterically. They're having a great time. You're making them laugh, so you're having a great time. Everybody's in a great mood. It's Friday night. This is the best night ever. And then they're done. They're feeling incredible. They just killed for 20 minutes straight. Their friend comes on stage. They get to announce them. They kind of share a moment. And oh yeah, I'm going backstage and we're going to party some more. And now that I just did a great 20 minutes, now that I just killed it, we're going to have an even better time. This guy created, he built, he bought, he opened a comedy club. And all it is a place to hang out. I respect the fuck. He quite literally is getting paid to hang out with his friends, with people he likes, to do shit he wants to do. That is fucking goated. The fact that he made that fat check from Spotify and was like, here we go. Let's fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it, dude. Some people would buy a jet. Some people would buy a boat. Some people would buy another house. Fuck that. I'm going to buy a piece of property in downtown Austin where all my friends come and we have a great time. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, dude. Yes, Joe Rogan. That's how you be rich. That's how some rich person shit, dude. That's how you do it. You make a fuck ton of money. You don't need to worry about politics. You don't need to worry about influencing this or that. You don't need to worry about a seventh house. You don't need to even worry, oh, my daughter's not going to this school. Just grab a place and have fun with your friends, bro. That's how you be rich. That's how you be rich. Fucking Rogan, dude. That's so sick to be at that point and have the balls. Like, there's probably better, I don't know what the comedy club business is like. I assume there's probably a better way to spend $60 million. Pretty fucking cool way to spend it, though. Might not have the same ROI, but that's a fucking great way to spend your money. Hangout spot till I die. Fucking bingo, Joe Rogan. Good shit, buddy. Pretty cool. That's pretty much all I got. It's old fashioned now. It's getting a little watered down. That's probably on me, huh? That's probably on me. Can you see the color? My parents got me these fancy new rocks glasses, dude. Otherwise, if my parents didn't exist, if my mom didn't love me and love to buy me stuff I use once a year, I'd be drinking this out of a fucking Solo cup. Tastes just as good too, wouldn't it? Wouldn't even notice that was plastic and not glass. But she got me these rocks glasses and they're nice. And they make me feel more adult. They make me think that this old fashioned is going to taste better. You know what I say? It's a little bit of a placebo. Ooh, I got the heavy glass in my hand. This thing is going to rip. This thing's going to taste like it was $40 and handcrafted right in front of me. Didn't come out of a bottle. Glass is doing a lot of the work. I'll be honest with you. Glass is doing a lot of the work. All right, that's all I got today, folks. A little bit of a rambly show, which I've thought about too. I was going to talk about that as the third topic, just like the format of these shows. I kind of like rambling. I kind of like bouncing around. I know most podcasts, I guess most probably super successful. This doesn't sound good. I'm thinking it, and I know it won't sound good as I say it. Most super successful podcasts, especially sports ones, are pretty segmented. We're going to talk about this for 10 minutes, that for 10 minutes, that for 10 minutes. You already know what we're going to talk about. There'll be no surprises. I feel like that's usually the formula in some way, like outline, stick to the outline. And I kind of get on here and I'm talking about something for 10 minutes and then I go, I did have an apple last week though. And I was surprised at how good a non-honey crisp, I can just do that. And I'm back in. You see that? Boom. I'm back in. I'm with you. I'm locked. But I have that knack to do that. I feel like I kind of like it. I like just being flow of consciousness. But I don't know how it translates to the podcast. I don't know how the viewers, how the listeners feel about it. I feel like it's something a little more unique. It's organic. Like it's not super edited. We're just out here having time. We're out here living a fucking life. Talking sports and drinking old fashions, I guess. But I don't know. I guess leave me some feedback if you care one way or another. Be more segmented or just let it flow. Haven't decided if I should clean that up or just let it fly. I kind of like it though. I'm thinking that's the other thing. I kind of want to separate, do the one comedy thing, and then the other Detroiter, where the Detroiter one will stick to the script. It'll be more regimented, a little more professional, and then the other one, I'll just be kind of loosey-goosey talking about God knows. But we'll see. All right, anyways, check out the shirt, thesecondstring.com. Go green today. Hopefully, if we've already won, if you're listening to this after the game, hopefully we got a big one against Purdue Saturday. Go green in the tournament. Michigan. There's probably some good movies on HBO. And enjoy your weekend. Above all else, enjoy your weekend. Please have fun. Do something that makes you smile this weekend. Go outside. I know it's cold. Go outside for a little bit this weekend. For 10 minutes, if that's all it is. Just go hang out. Look at water. Or I don't know, walk a trail. Do something outside. Hang out with people you like. Do an activity that makes you laugh. Something like that. Enjoy your weekend. Really. I know I will. Anyways, I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for the support. I'll see you guys next week.